That was kind of the buzzword back in 2014, you know, when the rumor mill rage was all about Apple using Sapphire in their iPhone 6s. But Sapphire did not work out for Apple, it definitely did not work for GT Advanced Technologies, and it really didn't work out for us until now. This premium high-end screen protector is called the Sapphire X by Shellrus. The screen protector is something else. I have to warn you, prepare to have your mind blown. At MobileReviewsEh, Monty and I base all our reviews on actual usage, and Monty and I have been testing screen protectors for years now. We take a lot of pride in that, and we kind of have no reason, well, I don't actually know why we do that. But we've literally got boxes of broken glass sitting in our office, and I keep them in the off chance that I might have to use them in the future. I don't know what for, but I still have them. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of broken glass. Now, I was a little skeptical when I first came across Shellrus, as my first pass on their website left me feeling a little suspicious. Why? Because the scratch test photo shown on their website shows their screen protector being, you know, very, very tough, and then they were comparing it to a normal glass screen protector, but from what I can tell, that screen protector is not of good quality. Look at the adhesive on the edge of that screen protector. It doesn't stick to the iPhone, so it definitely wasn't an apple-to-apple comparison. It's not even an apple-to-orange comparison, it's an apple to a rotten banana comparison. Another reason for my skepticism in terms of Sapphire is because, you know, you got large companies like Zag who claim to have Sapphire in their products, like the Sapphire Defense, and I'm quite sure that their product is just plastic. But that's just me. But I took a chance on Shellrus and they responded, so here we are. So Shellrus is a new company that's only been around for a year, but the people inside Shellrus have actually been cutting Sapphire for at least 5 years. Now, at the beginning of the video, I mentioned a company called GT Advanced Technologies. Well, they were the rage back in 2013, 2014, because they're the companies that were supposed to be making all the Sapphire things for the iPhone 6s. But GT Advanced Technologies left the Sapphire glass business in 2014, and over the whole bankruptcy kerfuffle, Shellrus went and bought several hundred of the furnaces to start cutting their own Sapphire. Now, over the last few years, they've refined the process to the point where we can now slap a piece of glass onto our iPhones. Not this piece, because I royally messed this one up. Before I get to the actual product, I really just want to illustrate the difference between normal tempered glass and the Sapphire stuff. So, regular tempered glass is done by melting sand, a lot of sand. Sapphire, on the other hand, specifically synthetic sapphire, is made by growing it in a special furnace, which involves a seed ingot, aluminum oxide, a lot of heat, and helium to cool some of the parts of the furnace. Everything basically gets cooked kind of like a reverse donair, I guess. Like, it starts spinning and it just kind of pulls out this ingot, and it takes 21 days to grow a 140 kilogram ingot. So 3 weeks to grow this piece of crystal that they can probably get about 900 screen protectors out of. So it's very time intensive, very energy intensive, and that's why it's expensive. But after you get that gigantic ingot, you basically just treat it like normal glass. You cut it, you polish it, and then you put some coatings on it. So that's how they make the Sapphire screen protector. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about the Sapphire X. In terms of the design, the Shellrus Sapphire X screen protector is made from synthetic sapphire, which has been cut to a thickness of 0.23 millimeters, which is thinner than the average screen protector, which clocks in at 0.33 millimeters. This screen protector isn't a full edge-to-edge screen protector, so depending on your iPhone, there might be an exposed gap between whatever case you use and the screen protector. Now, I've been told that they are going to come out with an edge-to-edge version, but the edge is going to be something, it's going to be a different material, kind of like the Flow Lab edges where it's like epoxy and resin. It's not going to be sapphire. So that might be a weakness in that part, but it's still an edge-to-edge screen protector. So if you are worried about it, then just get this one and use any case that you want. The Shellrus screen protector has a notch for the front-facing speaker, but everything else gets covered, and I didn't notice a difference in terms of image quality with my front-facing camera being covered. The Sapphire X has a transparency rating of about 92%, which is basically what eyeglasses are, or basically any sort of consumer glasses. Installation wasn't great. Shellrus didn't have any install tools with the products that they sent me to review, but I've been told they should have them, and for the price that you're going to pay, they will have them. The installation process was actually quite painful. Despite my ninja-like skills when it comes to installing screen protectors, I just got mildly frustrated. But in this entire process, I discovered that the glass doesn't bend as much. So when you do have issues with dust, certain non-sapphire glass screen protectors will actually bend and stay off your iPhone if you bend it too many times. That did not happen with the Sapphire X. This Sapphire screen protector honestly feels different. Now, in terms of smoothness, it is just as smooth as other high-quality glass, but it feels different as sapphire transfers heat much quicker than glass, so that means it feels colder to the touch. That is just it's a very different feeling. It's very, very subtle, but it is very, very neat. Don't believe me? Watch how quickly the heat changes between a double tempered glass screen protector and the Shellrus after being heated up. That's pretty cool, and yes, I got to use my thermal camera again. The last thing I'll note, and this is probably one of the coolest things that I've seen in terms of glass screen protectors, is that at the bottom of the screen protector, there is a faint watermark. I've been using this particular screen protector on my iPhone 11 for several weeks now, and until I took a very good close look at the edges and everything, I didn't even see it. Like, it is that subtle. But the fact that they're able to brand it like that is just so cool. In the world of glass, like, it is literally just glass. So it's very hard to tell the difference between different brands of glass. Most of it just comes from the same place. So having them watermark their product and being so very subtle about it, just so cool. But none of this can really justify the $80 you're going to have to pay to get the screen protector in your iPhone if it doesn't offer better than average, screen protection. Because honestly, if you buy a sports car, you're expecting it to go fast, right? All right, let's talk about protection. Now, if you've been watching my reviews for a while, you'll know that I consider screen protectors to be consumables. They scratch and then they crack. Is that the case with Sapphire screen protectors? Now, the first test I did with the Sapphire X was the Fingernail Test. Cheap screen protectors will crack under the pressure of my hands on my fingernails. The Sapphire X did not. When it comes to scratch protection, the average tempered glass screen protector claims to have 9H hardness. Oftentimes you'll see companies promote the scratch resistance by lightly cutting a piece of paper on top of an iPhone with a box knife. But here's the thing, the box knife, their typical box knife, has a hardness of about 6. The glass that they're cutting, which has a theoretical 9. So it's basically testing a bulletproof vest with a Nerf dart. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Now, I've been reviewing screen protectors for years now, and that claim of 9H hardness is generally not true. It's almost 9, not quite 9, almost 9. Scratches will always show up because either the oleophobic coating gets scratched off or removed, or the glass itself gets scratched off. And micro abrasions almost show up 100% of the time after a few months. The screen protector that I'm showing you in this video has been in use for several weeks now, and there's nothing on it. I can't see any micro abrasions on it, which is pretty cool. Now, to take it one step further in terms of scratch protection, I took 3 phones, one with an Aero Collective screen protector, which is a kind of a normal glass screen protector, one with my current favorite from Float, a double tempered one, and then the Sapphire X on my iPhone 11. My first scratch test was done using a random rock that I found outside, and I was thinking I was just going to do this for effect, but that particular rock had a corner that had something that was harder than 9H as it chewed up all the screen protectors but the Sapphire X. Like, we did that test and it was just mind-blowing. Next up was the box knife test, which again, most hardness of 6 on anything that's 9. Approximately 9 didn't leave any marks. That's to be expected. And no, I didn't cut a piece of paper on top of it to prove how scratch resistant this thing is, because that's just silly. Next up was the Sandpaper Test. 120 grit sandpaper, and it does leave a mark on the tempered glass screen protectors, but definitely not the Sapphire ones, regardless of how hard I pressed. If you're finding this video useful and you're planning on getting this or considering getting it, I am working through trying to figure out a discount code for you guys, so do check out the pinned comments. It will be at least 5% off. I'm trying to figure out if I get more, but we'll see. But if you're thinking about getting it, definitely use the code. It's the 24th today, and I'm finishing this review now. I'll be posting it on the 26th, and so I've done all this legwork before telling them that I want them to give me a discount, because this product, frick, just so great. And the last scratch test was done with my Leatherman, and for whatever reason, the file on my Leatherman has a hate on for glass, as it just literally chews up screen protectors like Monty chews up carrots. Both the Aero Collective and Flowlab screen protectors were just absolutely destroyed by the file, but the Sapphire X showed absolutely no signs of damage. Like holy crap, mind blown. So scratch protection, pretty good. How about impact protection? To figure that out, I took the screen protector out for a spin with the screen crusher and Bertha, my 200-gram steel ball. Now, I started the first drop at about 80 centimeters, which is the average height for tempered glass screen protectors, and it broke. Which was surprising to me because I thought it'd be higher because I was on a mild high from watching it just reflect everything from the scratch test. So I did several other drop tests on the unbroken parts of the screen protector, and each drop broke within 80 to 85 centimeters, which puts it in the same level as a higher than average normal tempered glass screen protector. This is about 20 to 30 centimeters lower than my current top pick, the FlowLab Nano Armor, in terms of impact protection. Now the impact test, that was mildly disappointing. Still pretty good, but mildly disappointing, as I was really hoping it to be super tough, but Sapphire is a little more brittle than normal soda lime glass. So, you know, I guess that's to be expected. But here's the thing when it comes to impact protection, when it comes to your glass screen protector cracking. I've broken enough screen protectors to know that a tiny scratch can easily crack if you drop it. Because the Sapphire X doesn't scratch easily, maybe not at all based on what I've done, the chances of it cracking is going to be much lower unless you do what I did with the impact test.
So what do you think is more important? Scratch protection or the impact protection?
So after all that, I'm pretty excited. You must be excited because it's a real life Sapphire screen protector. But here's the kicker. It isn't cheap. At $80, you can buy 4 FlowLab Nano Armors, which will last you probably the lifetime of your iPhone, 2 years. Every 6 months you can replace it if you're bad with your iPhone. So it's this Sapphire X, this is a premium product. So if you've got the cash to burn, definitely go get it. And I don't think they're kind of ripping us off with it because remember, it takes 21 days to grow this crystal, whereas in, soda lime glass, you just kind of melt it. Well, look, there it is. So is it worth it? That's up to you. Again, if you got the cash to burn, absolutely. But at the end of the day, it's still glass. It's still a consumable, though the Sapphire X is a better than average consumable. But if you want the best of the best, the Sapphire X is the way to go. So that's all I got. Questions, comments? I do have to mention something about Monty. He looks like an absolute mess because he's just got hair everywhere, and I've swapped out his base food, and it's mostly oatmeal now, so he's got like oatmeal clumps in his beard, but he's getting haircuts, so in about an hour he's gonna look prim and proper, way better looking than me. He's already better looking than me. But first time watching one of my videos, I do encourage you to click subscribe. If you want to know what I think are other high quality products, do check out my channel. That's kind of all I got. Yeah, I really think that's kind of all I got. Sapphire. That was kind of all the rage back in 2014 when Sapphire. That was kind of the buzzword back in 2014 when we were talking Sapphire. Fan. I hate this place. I literally hate this place. Sapphire. I'm so done with it.
Oh. Aww. I had faith.
I don't know what's in this rock, but it's destroying these screen protectors.
Oh.
Whoa.
That's pretty cool.
What? Oh, that's incredible. Mind blown. Hey Monty, how dashing do you look after your haircut? Look at that face. Look at that. Oh, yeah, puppy. You are just the greatest. A lot of you guys don't know, but Mr. Monty here has a snaggletooth. And so that just adds to his extra cuteness, doesn't it, puppy? All right. You say bye. High five. Yeah.